It's like you have that gut feeling.
Sounds to me like it's coming from downstairs.
So that's one of the reasons why we actually investigate in the dark.
Holy crap. Jesus, hey!
What's the matter, Dave? What's the matter? Dude, what is the matter? For centuries, people have debated the question of an afterlife in which the spirits of the deceased roam here on Earth with us. It is our passion to turn that question into an answer. My name is Ryan Zacherl.
Are you touching the doll?
I am joined by my two best friends, Dave Gear.
I've never been scared to the point to where I fear my well-being. That's 2 times in 1 hour.
And Steve Hummel.
I've seen things, I've heard things in my lifetime that still makes my skin crawl. And this night is surely one of them. It is. And I wouldn't trade it for the world.
We have been asked in the comments section of YouTube and in real life as to why we investigate the paranormal at night. There are many common misconceptions about the reasoning to investigate the paranormal in the dark. Is it because you cannot capture paranormal activity during the day?
But not really, because this has padded. But not really, because this has padded. But not really, because this has padded. That's good steps, dude.
This is simply not true. There have been many cases where people have captured paranormal evidence in the light and during the day. So is it because it adds to the suspenseful atmosphere of our documentary-style episodes?
And we've definitely felt you up here before tonight. Make yourself known.
Though it does add to the suspense, this is not the actual reason as to why we and many others investigate the paranormal in the darkness. In this episode, we will show you that you can in fact capture paranormal evidence in the natural light, and we will also show you the contamination and inconvenience that this light causes us on investigations, and to put to rest once and for all the argument of why paranormal investigators investigate at night. All right, we're getting ready to go up into the infirmary. We've had a lot of people ask us if we could do an investigation in the light without our night vision, just normal light. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do an investigation in the daylight. Not daylight, but in the light.
The natural lighting of the building here.
Natural lighting of the building. As you can see, all the lights are on. But we're here at the West Virginia Penitentiary, and we're gonna see what we can capture here in the natural light. So let's get started. We made our way up to the infirmary. This is where the medical ward and the psych ward are. The medical ward is where the inmates would have their health care, and the psych ward is where inmates who were deemed criminally insane would have psychiatric evaluations and be quarantined away from the mainline population inmates. The lights had not yet been turned on up here, so our first stop was to go to the breaker box and flip on all of the lights so that we could proceed with our natural light investigation. It's still kind of dark, but it'll be what it'll be.
Who's down there?
On the left side of the screen, a shadow is visible. This shadow is not paranormal, but at a quick flash, to the untrained eye, it may look strange. What this is the camera strap on the camera that Dave is using, as he adjusts the flashlight in his hand. This is one problem with natural light investigations, because you cannot pinpoint where all of the light sources are coming from. so some shadows that are cast are very difficult to debunk.
I'm leaving the tripod right here.
Okay. I'm gonna put my recorder down over here. Alright. Leaving this recorder set up in the medical ward, we head down the hallway, shutting 2 doors behind us, into the psychiatric ward. This recorder cannot hear us at all over here because there are 2 sets of doors and walls in between us and the recorder, so if anything is captured, we will know that it is paranormal. Just as we were vacating the area and walking down the hallway, my digital recorder captured a strange voice that sounds like a man who is curious of our equipment. Here is the enhanced audio. It's not because it's creepier at night or because it's more strange at night. It's because with the infrared light sources, we know where that light source is coming from, so we can pinpoint it and we can keep control of it. With these lights that are on, they all cast a shadow. So Dave, move around, walk to your left for a second. Watch as his shadow moves, and then you walk underneath these lights here. Another shadow appears. And it's very hard to pinpoint which shadow and what is actually paranormal and what is actually just a shadow being cast from one of the many natural light sources that are on. So that's one of the reasons why we actually investigate in the dark, is to create that controlled environment for the light and the shadows and the visual evidence. So this is true for both the natural light scenario and also a daylight scenario. Daylight coming in through multiple windows could also cause multiple shadows to be cast throughout the room, contaminating any visual evidence that can be captured on video cameras and still photography cameras. This is truly why we investigate in the dark.
Yeah. That wasn't the window. Yeah, that was not the window.
I felt that in the wall.
Did you?
It vibrated like up to where like my arm was touching the wall right here.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was leaning up against it when that noise happened, I felt the shock waves come through the wall. Wait, shh. Do you hear it? Sounds like a squeaky metal hinge. What is that? I don't know.
It's not a continuing repetitive noise, whatever that is. What do you think it is?
Curious of this noise, we knew that we had to find its source. So we moved down to the bottom of these stairs to try and pinpoint the exact location in which it was coming from.
Who's down there? We heard you down that way. Make another sound. You're down there on the new side.
Turn your head that way, Steve. And look that way. There you go, right there. I heard a footstep right there. Did you?
Right in that alcove. Before or after he asked me to turn my head.
Okay, it was just a reflection off of your glasses.
Okay.
One of the other problems with natural light investigations is the reflections off of corrective lenses worn by the investigators. If you cannot pinpoint what light source has hit the corrective lenses, you may mistake it for some sort of anomaly or light phenomenon. It becomes much easier to debunk these reflections when all of your light sources are controlled and contained. After standing stationary for a few minutes and not hearing this squeaky hinge sound, we decided to move down the hallway to turn the lights on for this part of the prison. But partway down the hallway, a strange energy overwhelmed Dave. Again, another reason there's a very harsh shadow on Steve right now.
Holy crap. Jesus. Hey.
What's the matter, Dave? What's the matter? Dude, what is the matter?
I heard. Oh,
What?
I felt
Hold on.
something come
Hold on,
right
let me
up
see.
behind me.
What happened?
You were just walking down the hallway, obviously, and it just felt.
I didn't hear you. I didn't feel what he did.
I just
What you did.
I heard you take off running.
Yeah, I was. I mean, we were almost walking, and I just felt something like come up real close.
Was it kind of
on
like
me.
what happened to you that one year up? And then like that emergency room?
Kind of, but it kind of felt a little more aggressive.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, I didn't hear necessarily feel anything just when you said that, because that's what got me going.
That was weird.
That's loose plexiglass.
There's a lot of energy and activity happening down here in South Hall. But what we don't realize is upstairs in the infirmary where my digital recorder is sitting, we just captured an EVP of a man's voice. Here is the enhanced audio. With the energy Dave just experienced, we needed to get to the breaker box to flip on the lights, because without them we are almost completely blind and could be missing visual evidence. But by the time we made it all the way to the breaker box to turn on the lights, the energy and activity seemed to subside. So we made our way down towards North Hall cell block to see what this hub for paranormal activity could produce in the natural light.
Alright, Steve, you want to head down to the red cell?
Yeah, I'm gonna head down to the end of the first tier on B side, and that's where William Snyder, they called him Red, where he was murdered. I remember, was it 1992.
Yes.
You're like standing right where he was at.
I know.
Dave is standing where Red Snyder was actually found dead.
I swear to God, there's someone right around this corner. I hate it. Just like you have that gut feeling. Whoever's right around that corner, you can come around here and talk to us if you want to. What's your name? Are you here, Red? feel like talking? Hear that?
Yeah.
Is there anything you would like to say, Red? To a loved one, or maybe someone, that you didn't quite get along with? You can let us know and we'll do our best to relay the message.
Though Red did not respond to our questions, my digital recorder up in the infirmary did capture a third and final EVP for the night. This EVP sounds like a male voice, questioning why we haven't been in that part of the prison for a while. On this investigation, we took the challenge of a natural light investigation. We showed that it is very possible to capture paranormal evidence in the light, but the problems greatly outweigh the advantages. Uncontrolled light contaminates visual evidence, making it almost impossible to capture something credible. We hope this episode helps you understand why darkness and infrared light are so important to investigating. We hope this episode helps you better understand the variables that come together that make our quest so complicated. But it is worth every second.